Pokemon encourages illegal trafficking of endangered species. Terrorist organizations in the world of Pokemon are so stupid they are easily stopped by 10-year-olds. It is impossible to lock your door in the world of Pokemon. Anyone who wishes to enter your house can do so at all times. The police in Pokemon are stupid. There's so many criminals and they never actually do anything about it. The games encourage destroying entire ecosystems just so that you can slightly level up your Pokemon. Some Pokemon are literally just animals. Look at this thing for example, it's literally just a fish. You can make two Pokemon of different species procreate. The way Pokemon learn moves is by eating CDs. Nintendo will do anything in their power to prevent you from playing a fan game. How are trainers supposed to know which Pokemon is inside of which Pokeball if all of them look the same? What happens if a Pokemon's trainer dies? Do they spend the rest of eternity in their Pokeball? You can't capture other trainers' Pokemon, which means that if you capture every Pokemon in the world, no one can do anything about it. What happens if you break a Pokeball with a Pokemon inside? Does it die? What even goes on inside of Pokeballs? Are Pokemon in a constant trance state between life and death and nobody questions it? How is it that Pokemon can be uploaded to the internet? Maybe Pokemon were just living NFTs this whole time. If every Pokemon teamed up, they could easily beat 1 billion lions. What do people in Pokemon eat? Because the meat is Pokemon and the plants are also Pokemon, so that kinda leaves them without options. Do Pokemon eat each other? Nintendo will do anything in their power to prevent you from emulating 30-year-old games. Some of these Pokemon make you wonder why is it that humans rule the world. I'm sure that a Lakasam can do anything a human can much better. If Pokemon were real, making them fight would be illegal. Perhaps the most unrealistic thing about these games is that my level 100 Charizard needs a specific move to be able to cut down a tree. How is it that my flying type Pokemon need to learn a move in order to be able to fly? How is it that my water type Pokemon need to learn a move in order to be able to swim? Did you know some Pokemon have regional variants? The unhappiest ones are from London. Insects are giant in the world of Pokemon. Let's be honest, no one would be fishing in a universe where Gyarados exists. You can actually play Pokemon Go on your phone if you love microtransactions. This stupid horse weighs twice as much as Steelix. Somehow, the move called Self-Destruct does not kill your Pokemon. The Pokemon Daycare is basically a free hotel where they force your Pokemon to breed. Pokemon professors are the worst scientists ever. They have 10-year-olds collect data for them. Every NPC in the Pokemon world is either completely useless or knows way too much. Ditto can turn into anything, but it chooses to look like a blob. The Pokemon economy has existed for several decades and it still makes no sense. Why is a Pokeball $200 but a bike costs $1 million? The Pokemon world has no bathrooms. There are also no human hospitals in the world of Pokemon. How is it that I can carry 999 candies in my bag but only 6 Pokemon? You can make your Pokemon forget moves, which is somehow easier than teaching them new ones. Did you know that Pokemon is actually a copy of the Roblox game Lumion Legacy? When you use a move that makes the opposing Pokemon fall asleep, shouldn't that count as making them faint? Why can Pokemon only carry one item at a time? My Machamp has 4 arms, it can handle more. If Pokemon were real, insurance costs would be extremely high. Imagine trying to insure a house with Pokemon flying around. You have to spend hours breeding Pokemon before you get the perfect stats, revealing that Pokemon was a dystopian eugenics simulator all along. Pokemon can travel through dimensions, but they still struggle to break a substitute. In the Pokemon world, you never get to eat, drink, or sleep. In Pokemon, you are allowed to use healing potions in the middle of battles, which basically means being a trainer is pay to win. Barely anyone in the Pokemon world owns a car.
Would this make me a furry if I said smash? Smash.
If Pokemon were real, there would be a lot more people in jail. There is a Pokemon based on Donald Trump.